Hello, welcome to today's Emotional Healing Live on Healing Tree. It is a rainy day here in the Boston area, and I don't know where you are. Thank you for joining, and feel free to say hello, or you can share what the weather is like where you are as well, if you like. So today's topic is finding your way through emotional healing, when to use what. So I'm getting an echo. Please let me know in the chat box if you can hear me okay, or if you can hear an echo. If you can't hear an echo, I'll just go forward, even though I can hear the echo. Okay, I'll start talking until I see somebody. Let me know what's going on here with the audio. Oh, okay. Thank you, Caitlin, for letting me know. All right, so I'll just hear myself twice in today's live, talking to you and repeating in my ear. Okay, here we go. So what I want to say before I start is that it's very weird, but I can do it. I want to say that whenever I come up with a topic each week, it's something that I'm meditating on, reflecting on, I'm experiencing or contemplating, or I'm hearing that from a client or a student, and that's making me kind of reflect on it. So these days, I have started a new meditation practice for myself. I'm not going to share about that today, but in doing that process, it has me thinking about this topic, which is really about myself. What am I offering here? What are the benefits of it? When are they beneficial? I want to make sure to clarify. It's something that's really important for me, is to be as honest as I can, as authentic as I can be, as true as I can be. So I'm always reviewing, like, have I made it clear? Is that really true? Is there more to say? Because there's always so much more to say. There's so many more nuances. I feel like I might do a lot of tripping over my words because there's like a lot of noise in my ear. Forgive me if that's the case. Thank you for understanding. There's so much, right? This emotional healing journey is truly an ongoing process. It has been for me. It's a huge journey, and it's an unfolding journey, little by little. Oh, it's okay, Caitlin. Thank you. You're so patient and kind, but I can do it. I'm going to keep going. So because it's this unfolding journey, my awareness is also always growing, shifting, evolving, and expanding. And I want to keep delivering what I'm aware of in real time as honestly as I can. Welcome, everyone. Caitlin, Patricia, Claudia, thank you for being here. So that's why I wanted to do this live today. I've been doing a lot of meditating on this, and it feels important to me. And if you have any questions at any time as I go through all of this information, you are welcome to ask. So the beginning of an emotional healing journey is, and again, I'm going to repeat a lot of things that I often say, but that's okay, because we can never hear these things too often. And when I say them to you, my hope is that it's not just like information that you're taking in, because there's so much information out there. Like, we are inundated completely by information. So we run the risk, we get into the danger of just like living completely in our heads, absorbing information, but it never really comes down and integrates and actualizes in our life. And that's the work that I'm interested in. That's why I call myself an emotional healing practitioner for now. That name may change, but I utilize that word practitioner because, first of all, I'm practicing every single day something in the emotional healing process. I'm always applying some technique that I'm sharing with you, teaching you, or something new I'm exploring. So I myself am a practitioner. Also, I call myself an emotional healing practitioner because I like to deliver a practice to you so that you can feel it. You can experience what I'm talking about. You can integrate it. Yes, from theory to practice. That's what I'm very interested in. So now the starting point for all of us is, and again, I've said this before, I'm going to repeat it. What do I want? It can be very, very small and simple to start, and it never has to get big and grandiose. It can always remain simple. Very just simply, what do I want? I want to feel happier. I want to have peace, whatever it is. You have to know the starting point. And that will keep also growing and evolving as you go on this journey. It can keep changing, it can keep upgrading. So you always want to check in with yourself. Where am I at today? Where am I at right now in my life? What do I want? What do I still want that thing? Do I feel like I achieved that thing? Do I have a new thing I want? And I'm talking obviously in terms of emotional wellness. So for me at this moment, I'm very interested in the present moment. I want to live in the present moment more. I want to increase the amount of time that I am present because there I find true peace, true contentment. And I also find the joy of being. And those are the things that I want. So that wanting is, I can't give that to you. That's what you have to have a conversation with yourself. You have to ask yourself. You have to journal for yourself. You can do that daily. You can do that anytime. When you know what you want, then you start to know what you're looking for. Who out there, and this is something Courtney and I sort of touched on last week, like who out there is resonating for you? Who's talking about what is touching you? Again, as Claudia said, from theory to practice, from head to heart. What is coming down into the heart, into the feeling? So that's the next point here. You want to move towards what is moving you, what is moving your heart, what is making you feel your goal, or just even getting a little taste of it, just getting a little closer to that goal. Like it's starting to wake up for you. So I think last week I said, what healing modality is making you feel a healing feeling? So that's the direction you want to go. That's where you want to choose. And I'm also saying this because very, I'm very interested right now at this moment of my journey in self-empowerment through self-trust. Yes, you're right, Claudia. So how to feel is how to sense it, how to know is already tricky business. I agree. Thank you for bringing that up. But so critical to be able to trust ourselves. That is the biggest trick of all. It's like catch 22. So there's so much information out there. Everyone, everyone and their uncle and their grandmother is telling us what we should do, what we need, what's good for us, what's bad for us, what's better than this. Oh my gosh, it's really a lot. If you're a highly sensitive person like me, you might be very sensitive to that information as well. It's very hard to sift through. So you have to get the answer with the feeling. You have to practice to trust your own feeling. I'm very interested in self-trust. I'm not interested in telling you what you need to do. Oops. I'm not interested in telling you what's good, bad, right, or wrong for you. I'm not interested in that. There's actually a time of my life that I did a lot of that. I'm not interested in that right now. I'm in this stage of my journey, I'm not in an absolute place. I'm more in a space of we are all on a journey. We all have our own unique journey in this lifetime. We came to this world with our own experiences, our family, our character, our constitution, our culture, our surrounding, and we are just making choices day by day inside of that path. And we're making choices based on our wants, our wishes, what feels right in our heart, what feels good. So we all have a very unique path. You have to find, I don't know what's right for you. Only you know what's right for you. So I used to talk in absolutes, what's right for you, but now I don't know. I only know that you know what's right for you. And maybe you feel like you don't know. And what I want to say is you discovering that and you practicing to trust yourself in that process. That's like a huge amount of healing in and of itself. Because I believe that a lot of us who are highly sensitive suffer from lack of self-trust and lack of confidence and maybe even a sense of lack of worth and value. So we're looking for someone else to tell us. But you discovering what is right for you in and of itself is very healing. Is very healing. So I cheer you on in that. And then I'm here just offering some things that have worked for me, resonate for me, feel good to me, and I share them in hopes that they will feel good to you. That's all I can do. There are so many wonderful healers out there, so many that I don't even know what they're doing. So we have to find our own way. Oh, thank you, Claudia. That's very kind. So I want to break down a few pieces here. Okay, so first is movement. Movement is not something that I offer right now, but I highly recommend if, based on what Claudia said, like you have a hard time to feel it. At least I think that was what Claudia was saying, like tricky to know and to sense myself. If you have a hard time to feel, then movement that awakens the feeling is good for you, especially Qigong, energy exercise, somatic practices, breathing, breath work, training. These are, I think, all under the umbrella of somatic. That training to awaken your senses and pull you into the feeling. So I do that for myself. As you know, those of you who know me from Body and Brain know that I also teach once a week, Body and Brain, which is a Qigong type of training. It's an energy-based training. There's so much of it out there on the internet, in your local community. If you feel like that's what you need, search for. Again, you have to find, ooh, I like breath work. Ooh, I like Tai Chi. Ooh, I like Qigong. Ooh, I like yoga. Ooh, I don't like that. That makes me feel uncomfortable. Everything is okay. You're just learning about you. It's a big research project. So you're just researching about you. I want you to trust that process. I want you to lean into your yeses. And don't worry about your no's. Okay, so Patricia says, trusting yourself is extremely important in this journey. 100% agree. I found trusting even the negative thoughts is important for me. Yeah, like big trust. Trust with a capital T, all encompassing trust. I agree. That's what I'm interested in. That's what I want for you. And I'm glad to hear you say that, Patricia. Okay, so this helps us go into the feeling. Now, some people have a very hard time going into the feeling, and that's scary for them. So that's when I recommend talking talk healing. Some people do talk therapy. For me, I'm not a therapist, but sometimes I can give you some coaching, some guidance based on principles, based on my sense of you, based on my own emotional healing journey. I can give you some guidance. So, this is the kind of work that I do. Sometimes I'm obviously doing on these lives, I'm talking. I do it sometimes in a one-on-one. And this is effective when going into the feeling is really scary and really hard. And some people just have a strong resistance to it. So coaching and verbal guidance is better than nothing, because at least then you're getting healing information. You're getting a kind of higher consciousness, bigger perspective information, so that can help your mind open, relax. Sometimes it even helps your mind let go of something or see in a new way and make new decisions. So that's where talking is useful. Now, EFT is interesting because it's sort of a combination of these things. I see a message here though. Hold on. Especially the body work, currently in freeze mode and still learning to get out of it. Okay. Thank you for sharing that, Claudia. I understand. I understand. So you're not the only one. I hear this from people. We get frozen. We get stuck. We get stuck into sometimes in emotions blocking us that we don't even know, or a pattern, and we are in a kind of freeze mode. It can be sort of a trauma response, like fight, flight, freeze. Actually, I want to speak to that a little bit more. So, but first of all, I want to say it's okay to be there. It's completely okay to be there. And so I was about to talk about EFT. EFT is sort of a combination, as you know. We're doing some talking, but we're doing some tapping. So that's the somatic piece. So it sort of helps us to mentally process and also awaken our physical senses. And it's ultimately designed to pull us into the feeling slowly, little by little, as you are ready. So, like the surface level of EFT processing is all kind of in the head and mental. And as we keep going through the rounds, eventually we want to tap into the feeling. And that can be what the practitioner is prompting you, or yourself speaking out, oh, now this feeling's coming. Again, in private work, and even in small group, I'm starting to offer monthly small groups. Even in the small group work, I can get feedback from you. What's coming up? What are you feeling? So then we go into that feeling. We want to lean into the feeling. It's very hard to do that in the live, but we can take the edge off. So EFT is good for taking the edge off. I know some of you like it, some of you don't like it. Those of you who have difficulty with tapping the face, I want to say, like, if you like EFT, but tapping the face is triggering or uncomfortable for you, you can skip those points. It's not like life or death here with these points. You can, if you're okay with the head, and then you can skip down to the chest and the arms and the hands, the fingers. It's okay. You can avoid the face if the face triggers you. I've also had people tell me that repeating after me or the practitioner is jarring for them. Again, I know that a lot of people in my community, the Healing Tree community, are very sensitive, and I'm very sensitive too, and I'm very interested in your feedback. This is helpful for me. So those of you who feel sensitive to the repeating, to the talking, you don't have to say it out loud. You can say it in your mind, or you can just listen to me and tap and breathe. You will keep shifting the energy. It will keep taking the edge off. So again, I'm giving some tips today for what to use when, depending on where you're at and what resonates with you. Now, Claudia mentioned about freeze mode. So transformative art healing is really good for this. That's one of the things I wanted to say today. When you're stuck, Because sometimes we're just stuck. We don't even know where we're stuck. Or maybe we kind of have a sense, but not enough to be able to like talk about it and hash it out. So, transformative art healing is really good for those who don't want to talk about it, don't feel able to talk about it, and feel stuck somewhere and unsure where you're stuck. So for me on my journey, there are, sometimes I'm flowing along and other times where I get stuck. And when I'm stuck, meaning I keep tripping on the same feeling or the same thought, or I can't move forward, or I can't create what I want, I can't make a shift, that's when I use transformative art healing. Because it's a powerful way of using drawing, coloring, combined with some EFT and guided meditation to help you unstick in your subconscious, even if you're not conscious of what the problem is. So I think that transformative art healing is really good for getting unstuck, even for those who like the talking, like the somatic, want to express, want to have a conversation about it. Sometimes when you can see these like patterns repeating in your life, or a place where you're so tired of that, but you don't know how to change it, transformative art healing is really good for that. So I'm also offering transformative art healing in group sessions as much as I can. Again, I'm trying to keep the cost down for those who can't do one-on-one work, but who feel like once in a while, once a month, once every few months, you need to help with some cleaning, some clearing to help you get closer to whatever it is you want. I hope to be a safe space to provide that kind of support. Okay, Claudia, guilty. The touch tap unfortunately triggers on severe points on body, but I'm learning to try it softly. Yes, that's okay. I understand. And you don't have to overdo it. So again, as I said before, I'm not here to tell you like you must do, and this is the right way, and this is you have to go through it, overcome it. No, I'm more interested in a gentle approach these days, like you listening to you. And you don't have to tap on the points that are triggering. Don't tap on them. You can tap on other points. You cannot tap at all. Actually, when I took my EFT training, they even talk about tapping like outside of the point. So it's rather than on the eyebrow, like out here, out here, out here, because it's the energy field. We're still moving the energy. And that might seem a little weird, but it's something to try. There is also in EFT just holding the point without tapping it, just touching it without tapping it. So these are all alternatives for if something's triggering you. So like if it's triggering you, but you also love it and you're trying to figure out, like find your way through that, try some of those modified ways. And if it's not working, it's okay. Try another one. It's perfectly fine. Thank you, Claudia. Thank you. So all of this is to help you make harmony with yourself. I was saying this in my Art of Self-Acceptance class the other day. Like my big interest is helping all of us to make harmony with ourselves, with our feelings, with our emotions, because I think that we've been living in disharmony with them for so long. Harmonizing, right? With our feelings, with our thoughts, with our beliefs. We've been fighting and judging and hating and pushing down and avoiding. It's like our little ecosystem is out of harmony. And then imagine how many billions of people on the planet out of harmony. This is inevitably going to create disharmony in our world. So the world where we begin to create harmony is in our own world. So this is also why I love parts work. And as I've said, I can't really do parts work on this live. I can't really do it in a group session. That is reserved for private work and small class work, because it's really deep and it's helping you to interact in a healing way with the parts of you that you were previously disliking, shunning, scorning, judging, ignoring. We're guiding you to have a healing conversation, a healing connection with that part. Again, has to be in the feeling. So the danger of all of these is that we just stay in the head, even EFT, even transformative art healing, that we just stay in the head. I don't want that for you. So finding the one that allows you to come into the feeling as you are ready. So parts work is a lot like deeper, going like really deep into that feeling. So you have to feel ready. You have to feel open. You have to feel willing. You know, willingness is the beginning of all healing. Ultimately, to harmonize with ourselves, we need to be in the feeling, comfortable with being inside our own feeling, and, as I talk about so often here, accepting the feeling. Big acceptance, just like big trust, we need big acceptance. Accepting my feelings, my emotions, my sensations, my body condition, my beliefs, my stories, my reactions, my triggers, my thought, embracing all of it as part of me. Big acceptance. This is what I want the most for everyone. So all the modalities that I do are to help you move towards acceptance. But you come in from different places, so that's why there's different things that can resonate, different things you're ready for, different things that work for you. If we just immediately try to immerse into the feeling, you might resist that. So I used to lead the emotional self-mastery course for a long, long time, and I wrote about it in my book, Healing Tree. Also, wonderful program, amazing. But some people struggled with the being able to like go deep in, and there was fighting with their like resistance with their feelings. I saw a lot of that over many years. So I became interested in these other little practices to help people get out of that resistance mode, to get unstuck, get more like realize, oh, there's a part here that's blocking me. And so there, and to work with that part. So there was a situation that happened the other day where someone was trying to work with an emotion, do parts work with an emotion, and it was just a wall. There was a wall, right? Like a wall of protection. Until we finally realized there was actually another part that needed to be addressed. Like the wall itself sometimes needs to be addressed. Like the resistance itself, the desire to protect myself itself. We also need to address that. We need to have a healing, loving conversation with that part of me, because that's also a part of me. And it deserves acceptance, because every single part of me has a purpose. It has some kind of purpose, like somewhere, even if it's in a twisted way, that part is trying to keep us safe. It's trying to so-called help us. So a lot of this emotional healing journey is just learning about ourselves, where I've put up walls and blockages and barriers and resistance to protect myself, and undoing those little by little. So that process is such a love-filled process. Loving all your parts, accepting all your parts, forgiving yourself for all the parts that you were fighting with, for how mean you were sometimes to your own parts without realizing. So I'm really, really interested. That's sort of at the heart of my interest, because when we do that deep acceptance and we let go of those barriers, Now we have access to our deep essence, to the present moment, to the place of true contentment, to that joy of beingness, to that light within our hearts, or that love within our hearts, that essential, essential light and love that is, life, the life force of this universe, that the stuff that we are actually made of. Now we have access to that when we remove those blocks. I'm really interested in helping people remove those blocks to get to that place. So that's the place where I want to be. That's the place where I want you to be. But we start from so many places. We come in from so many avenues, so many life experiences, so many different, how long have we suppressed? How long have we struggled? What kind of trauma have we experienced? So there's different ways to get all the way down there. So I'm kind of talking about them today. I hope that's helpful for you to kind of see where you're at and what you need and what you want. And if you're ready to go very deep, you can always reach out for some private work. Or if you need more surface, you just listen, keep listening to the lives, more talking, more gathering the information, and anywhere in between. So as you listen and make a choice and take an action for yourself, you are growing that self-trust muscle. And it will keep getting stronger little by little, and then it will keep getting easier. And you'll have more clarity about your yeses and your nos and the direction you need to go and what is right for you right now. Remembering that can shift and transform at any time. And that's a good thing. That's normal. That's evolution. That's growth. We want to observe ourselves. Am I shifting? Am I evolving? Or am I hiding? Am I avoiding? And even if you are hiding and avoiding, it's also okay. You have to be kind to yourself, because who knows, at that moment in time, at this moment, that's your best. That's the best you can do. And that's okay too. Just keep listening. Allow yourself to be with those feelings. Remember that our feelings they're not our enemies. They can be our teachers and our guides to help us on the next step, whatever that might be for us, whatever we want. So I think I explained all the things, although you may hear me talking about them again. You never know. Does anyone have any questions? I hope it wasn't awkward today, because I'm hearing an echo. So I think it was smooth. You can tell me. You can tell me. Or if you have any questions, please let me know. And for those who are watching this as a replay, you can also type your question in the chat, and I will always try to see them and answer them. I really want to help all of us navigate this journey in life. Being human can be very difficult for those who are struggling mentally and emotionally. And if there's anything that I can offer to help you get through that part, I would like to be able to offer. Okay, very smooth. Thank you. I'm glad it was a good reminder. I appreciate all of you for being here. So I don't see any questions, so I'm going to wrap up today, because I don't have a specific topic to tap on, but you're welcome to watch any of the static videos based on what you need, right? So it's also a good practice to listen to what you need and then find the video. And even if I don't offer it, find the person on YouTube who's offering something for what you need. This is also a good practice of self-trust. And even those of you who are here with me, if you think about it later and you have a question or you're practicing something for yourself or any of these things I shared, you can also reach out anytime with your questions in the comment section. And you can let me know if you have something else you'd like me to talk on regarding the emotional healing journey, because I think that we all benefit. We're together in this. So even if you might think you alone are struggling on it, actually I think everyone can resonate in some way, and then that makes us feel not alone, and that makes us feel more understood. So that's healing as well. So I hope that this Healing Tree community continues to help each other just by doing your own inner work and sharing about it and asking about it. We don't need to look outside, but the more we look inside, the more we're doing something that's universally helpful. It's for the good of all. It's for the good of me and others, just by the nature of we're opening up those healing doors. We're letting the light shine through. We're becoming less afraid to face these parts, these shadows. Yeah, this is very powerful. So thank you for supporting each other. Thank you for being here. And I will see you next time. Okay. Thank you so much. See you again. Bye-bye.